rules, like certain antibiotics that are not there for good for the kids. So how do you deal with that?
So one thing I love, even in my radio show, like on Radio Mas, I usually whatever I tell them sometimes, I just tease them and I tell them, now I'm going to provoke you right now, I'm going to give you like something so straightforward, but I want you to read other opposing opinions. Go on the internet and start reading. I teach in the university for kids in an MBA. So I tell them usually whoever gets a bad result in midterm, I would tell them, okay, if you need to improve your results, you need to read a book. Because I want to force them to read.
Right.
So the first thing you need them to read, and part of the competencies they learn in such a program, what we call inquisitive mind. You don't take things lightly, no face value. So you want them to read from one source and a second and a third. Part of the ethics and integrity of the program is that we're telling them, like, guys, you need to show us the references. Where did you get this information from? They need to respect something called like intellectual rights, property rights, about people who have value that they add to the society. The more they move into this direction, I think they will learn to validate whatever they speak about. We just share anything nowadays, and I'll tell you something that's happened today. A guy was sending me, one of these negative guys, he was sending me like, here is how bad things are, it's really ugly, here is the lion in our zoo, in the Giza zoo. A lousy image of a lion and so on. And then after a couple of hours he comes back to me and I'm very sorry, this comes from another country, and here's the origin from it and so on. But nobody cares. So people just share and they keep like giving negative things, and everybody else, okay, that's how bad we are. It's not us. We have major issues, we have catastrophes on different levels, but sometimes you go too far with distorting
distort the image. Well, we're talking about also a very interesting area, which is ethics and integrity. No investment in the youth without this area of ethics and integrity. And for the society at large.
Exactly.
So, and this, I mean, we don't need any sort of painkillers for that.
Okay, now that's a very challenging part, because that's about role models. And I don't think we have developed any role models properly in the country for over the past 30 years.
But we need leadership by example now.
Yeah, that's the point exactly. So over the first 20 or 30 years, or the past 30 years, we've always seen that the heroes and the role models, with all respect, the singers, the belly dancers, the football players, even the movies would show you that the guy who's a real thug, I'm sorry to say, are the ones who, and somehow they win. People who oppose the law are the stars, and you respect them, and they win in the end of the day. So
stereotypes.
It's the media, it's the education, and this is again the role of the government. And when you see somebody is really doing everything wrong, they're insulting on air, they're distorting images, they're saying wrong things about people, they shouldn't be stars in parliaments or membership or whatever, they should be definitely in jail. And this is where the law should take its part, I guess.
Yes, entrepreneurship and preparing the youth today for being young, energetic kids as entrepreneurs.
Okay, so that's one of the subjects in the program, and it's mainly about project management and entrepreneurship. So that's a separate project totally. And again, with the experiential approach, they're supposed to learn how it works and then start applying straight away. So after the end of these 8 months period, they would actually know how to start a private project.
Encouraging SMEs and...
Exactly. And that's where the link is. They're going to work with the social fund.
For development?
Yes, exactly. They're going to be working with consultants, part of, again, how we designed the program, and I keep praying and hoping that's how it's going to be implemented, is that they have mentors or coaches throughout the 8-month period. So if they have ideas, somebody will sit with them and tell them, okay guys, here's how we can help you. Now think in a different direction. Now this project isn't practical. We're trying to link this with things we keep like preaching for, and I'm sure you do the same over here at Habib. We're trying to tell the government where is the investment map for the country. For every governorate, here are the types of projects, here are the needs, here are the potential investment opportunities. So these kids would link it to this map somehow.
In a way or another, yes. Well, important decisions and making them feel a sense of belonging to the country, that is quite important. Do you engage them in more than one project? We have like the new Suez Canal Access Project and east of Port Said Harbor, more than one project where they can feel this sense of belonging.
Okay. So there are different areas here. One of the design elements of the program is that every couple of weeks, or worst case every month, they would have like an open discussion with a real role model.
Right.
So they would meet with people who are stars, who have made it in the proper way, so that's leading by example. Number two, they get to visit different big, huge projects in the country. They even get to visit like military projects and action, so they see exactly how things can really work in a positive sense in our country, so they're exposed to different areas over there. But then again, we ask them in the end, guys, you come up with the ideas. What do you want to see? Where else would you learn or whatever? And we ask the government at the same time, guys, help us with providing the opportunities for the kids to go to your projects or your entities, governorates, cities, municipalities, and let them learn on the ground.
Right, that's quite interesting, and we are always also saying education and education, you know. Our youth are not prepared for the labor market because of education in the first place. How are we making them share in that hands-on? You guys, the kids, okay, that's your future. We need to invest in you, but you have to feel the responsibility and share it with us.
Now, this is one thing you can never force someone to do. There's this famous saying that usually the football coaches tell you this. You can take the horse to the water, but you cannot make them drink. So when you have this opportunity, some of the people who did not make it to the very final round, or they did not join the first intake, some of them were telling me, a lady sent me once, a young lady, 26 years of age, she told me she got really sick and she was crying non-stop because that was the only opportunity in her life, the PLP. And I told her, like, if you want to learn anything, there are things on the internet. There are so many approaches to learn. People, today I was reading, actually somebody sent me something on the internet about people, 10 things they've learned when they were kicked out of their job and they had to find a career and they had no plan. You really learn a lot. You learn the value of money. You appreciate the small things. You explore new things. You find things. You start working on something that's your passion. You start learning the tools and the mechanisms that will make you succeed in a project. There are a million things to do. But the issue is, like we're telling the kids once again, you can design your own future. Our education system up till now is short in this area. It doesn't allow you to really develop your skills or talents or whatever to put you in the proper fit. So you can do this better than us.
Right. As a designer of the Presidential Leadership Program and with a vision for success, how are you trying to make success in itself as a passion for the youth? I guess that this is one of your aims, Khaled.
Yes, sure. So I think the first thing that happened, which was very positive, is when you develop this product for the kids, and then you have 70,000 people applying in 3 weeks without any kind of real-life promotion or campaign. This tells you that this is something that really fits their needs. And I can tell you, we are unfair to the youth lots of times because we expect them to follow our requests or whatever, and we haven't done our homework with the project properly. When you do the proper product for them, they will go for it. Now, next step afterwards now, and that's what's happening right now, they get into this product, they're involved, not very happy with everything in it. It's a bit different than what they had in mind. Okay guys, here's where you manage your expectations, and here is how we can improve it through you. You tell us step by step. So the first interest is there, they join, and I can tell you, end of the day today, I was getting messages from people telling me, I'm going to do anything, I'm going to consider myself in 9 months of Sanawiyya Amma. I guess that's the worst nightmare for kids. Exactly. So he's telling me I'm going to consider myself in 9 months of Sanawiyya Amma, which is also like giving birth to a baby afterwards. I'm going to do everything. If anything goes wrong, I'm going to consider the good things. I'm going to try to improve it. I love the spirit. It comes out from the guys, not from ourselves.
I love the spirit here too. It's a flashback at the inauguration of the new Suez Canal access project. Here are the kids, Khaled, you know.
Exactly, exactly. Lots of people. And by the way,
sense of being very much inspiring.
And I can tell you something, Tariq, that's a very important thing. Lots of the kids over here, not the guys around the president, I'm telling you about the thousands who actually did the job in less than a year. They're all young people. Our problem is we usually limit our picture of the youth are the people who are from our class, the more I wouldn't say spoiled, but the more classy or the middle class or something, and they're not usually very happy. We don't appreciate a lot of things. There are thousands, millions of people of the lower classes, however, higher in value for me, and they don't complain that much. They only want the chance. Here's where the challenge comes for the government. Sometimes we focus a lot on the middle class or the upper middle class and their complaints, and there are lots of people down there. If they get a proper opportunity, I think they will change this country and the region altogether.
Definitely, a proper opportunity and a change for the country. Yes, this is what we are inspiring and expecting, actually. A new developmental plan, a short break, and we'll be back and talk more about how to continue investing in the youth. My guest is Khaled Habib tonight. A very special episode of the debate. Stay with us.
President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi announced a global initiative to invest in youth and discourage them from terrorism and extremism at the 70th United Nations General Assembly meeting. The Hope and Work for New Prospects initiative is purportedly a political declaration to member states to uphold the responsibility to empower people and societies. The initiative focuses on support in various fields, including youth employment, training programs, culture, and education. Sisi urged the international community to financially support the program, as investing in youth would prevent them from being attracted to extremist and terrorist groups. He added that there were ways to fight terrorism globally other than through security or military solutions by offering youth alternatives that will put them away from terrorism. Sisi said that Egypt aimed to implement the plan after it joins the UN Security Council in 2016, something that the country has long been campaigning for. Another initiative that Sisi announced earlier this month, the Presidential Leadership Program (PLP), is said to be a response to Sisi's call to empower Egyptian youth. The initiative, which was founded by a group of specialists and academics, aims to prepare youth for leadership positions in the state through an extensive 8-month training program. The program's vision is to develop and create an enabled, enlightened, and capable caliber of young leaders that would be the force for reform and change for a brighter Egypt. The program is based on 3 learning modules, including social sciences and governance, public administration and entrepreneurship, and politics and national security. In addition to the core modules, the program also includes community service activities and guest speaker sessions. It aims to build a large database of youth leaders that will ultimately join the ranks of leaders within state institutions. Program graduates will be divided into 3 levels, with the first caliber taking leadership positions in state institutions, along with opportunities to join renowned academic programs abroad. The second level of graduates will hold executive positions in ministries, governorates, and local municipalities, and the third group will be given priorities in job fairs and continued training support. Eligible candidates have to hold Egyptian citizenship, be under 30, have no criminal record, and possess a university degree. The program was run by a group of academics and business specialists, including the Secretary General of Presidential Specialized Council, Tariq Shawqi, who is also an engineering professor at the American University in Cairo. The program's evaluation head is the Dean of the AUC School of Continuing Education, Dina Burai, and the institutional development head for the program is Khaled Habib. The program's youth representative is Sara Al-Battouti, an entrepreneur who is also a member of the Presidential Specialized Council for Social Development. The program partners are the Defense Ministry, the Foreign Ministry, the Planning Ministry, and the Cabinet.
قررت أن يكون العام 2016 عاما للشباب المصري.